All right, good morning, everyone. We're so happy that you joined us today for our first virtual Coffee in College. So we're excited that you're here. So if you feel comfortable enough, turn on your camera so we can see your beautiful faces. We'd love to finally see who we've been talking to all this time. All right, and then I'm just going to, my name is Lisa Seifert. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions here at Central Penn. So I'm gonna serve as your host today. I'm gonna be doing some introductions here with the other lovely coworkers that joined me. So you will see probably at the top of your screen, there is Amy Rocliffe. She is the high school, one of the high school presenters. She's actually going to be going over the admissions portion of the program today. And then next to her is Jaime Ramos. He is the other high school outreach coordinator. So he's actually going to be your host for the live tour at the end. And then there is Kelly Fox. She is the financial aid coordinator. She will be helping you figure out how to pay for school, scholarships. She'll go over all of that today. And then last but not least, we have Asia Sargent, who is one of our admissions counselors here. So a lot of you have probably been talking with either herself or myself to kind of get started in this process as you apply and get accepted. So thank you again for logging on. I know we had said that it is Coffee in College to bring your favorite coffee mug. I don't know if anybody brought theirs today, but if you did, hold it up to the screen and we'll be kind of judging them as this goes on. Shannon, what is on that? Hold on, I'm gonna unmute you. I can't, hold on. Oh, there you go. Now you're unmuted.
Okay. This is an ice cream shop we go to at the beach every year.
Oh, that's so
Is
cute.
it backwards or is it?
Is it Mr. Whippy?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's like an ice cream cone man.
Okay. That's awesome. Did you get to the beach this year?
We did, yeah.
Oh, lucky girl, lucky girl.
Yeah.
All right. Who else?
Oh, it looks like Winnie the Pooh. We have Winnie the Pooh.
Right below you, Lisa.
Oh.
Right below you where you're at. There's one.
Below me.
Yes, I like the Winnie the Pooh one. That's cute.
That I know I'm gonna mess up your name, so can you say it for me?
Mayu.
Mayu, okay. And that is Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I got it off of Amazon.
Nice.
Okay. Lots of online shopping during quarantine.
Mhm.
All right. All right, super cute. Anybody else? All right, well, if you decide to go grab a mug during this, hold it up to your screen so we can judge you. There is 3, I believe, $20 gift cards to our school store that you can buy merchandise from. So if you don't have a cup of coffee, you might want to go grab one during this. Or cocoa or tea, whatever you want. All right, so we kind of talked about how this is going to go today. If you notice that you do have a chat feature at the bottom of your screen, that's where you can input any of your questions throughout. So anything you think of, put in there, and we will actually get to them all at the end. We'll have a Q&A, and we'll get all your questions answered for you right before the tour. And then even during the tour, you're able to ask questions as well. And then anything, you guys also have received your interview sheets in your email from me if you haven't already interviewed with myself or Asia or any of the other admissions counselors as well. So if you have those and haven't sent them back, make sure you email them to me later today so this counts as your interview. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get started. And Amy is going to kick us off to tell you all about Central Penn.
Great. Great. We'll have the presentation starting here in just a minute. I'm looking forward to showing you what we have to offer here at Central Penn. Okay. So as you know, Central Penn College is centrally located in Pennsylvania near Harrisburg. We're a small, diverse campus of about 1,100 students. So there's an opportunity for everyone. It's a small campus with a big sense of community.
And we'll give Derek a minute to catch up on the slideshow here.
There we go. And you can see our mission and vision. We are a career-focused educational institution, so we work with our students to make sure when you graduate, you're ready to join the workforce right away. So an associate's degree typically takes about 2 years to earn, and you can see some of the offerings that we have here at Central Penn. We also have bachelor's degree programs, which will be on our next slide here. And you can see that typically takes about 4 years. And you can see that there's a variety of career-focused majors to help you figure out what your next step will be. We do offer a master's degree program in organizational leadership. So when you finish your bachelor's degree, if you're interested in continuing, we do have that opportunity for you. Now, one of the interesting things about Central Penn is that we do not operate on a semester basis with fall and spring. We have accelerated terms. So we offer terms year-round. So summer, spring, winter, and fall. We are 11-week terms with a 2-week break. And because of these accelerated terms, you could earn your associate's degree that we said typically takes about 2 years. You could earn that in as little as 15 months plus your internship. So you can be out in the workforce even sooner. And that bachelor's degree that we said typically takes about 4 years to earn, you could earn that in just 3 years plus your internship. And that internship is a great opportunity for you to get work experience, that when you graduate, you've already got work experience on your resume. You can hand that to employers and say, I'm ready to go. That master's degree you can earn in just 1.5 years. And I want to tell you a little bit about teachers before we go on to athletics. Our teachers are experienced in the fields that they're teaching. So they are bringing that expertise to you every day. So keep that in mind. They're up to date on the things that are innovative in those programs and can share that with you. And for those of you that are interested in athletics, we play in the USCAA conference on a Division II level. We offer men's and women's basketball and soccer, men's baseball, and women's volleyball is coming soon. If you're interested in intramurals, we also offer that in a variety of sports. And if there's something that you're interested in that you haven't had you get to campus and you don't see it, you can work with our athletic director and figure out how to bring that as a club or an intramural sport. And if esports is more your speed, we do have a competitive esports team that competes in a variety of games, and we do have our very own gaming center right on campus for that esports team. It's a great opportunity to get involved if gaming is your thing. And one of the most important things when you're looking at colleges is to think about how you're going to get involved. You want things other than just your academics, and we offer a variety of student clubs and activities for you. There's over 20 student-run clubs on campus, things like student government. So if you want to be involved in making decisions on campus, get involved with student government. If you're interested in Black Student Union, there's an opportunity for you. If you want to be part of the planning for fall harvest or homecoming session, you can be a part of that. It's a great way to continue things that you've been involved in high school or to try something new that you've always wanted to get involved in. It's a great way to meet new people and gain some leadership skills. And if you like theater and you've been involved in high school or it's something you've always wanted to try, we do have the Capital Blue Cross Theater on campus. It's very student involved, so if you want to be a writer, director, actor, producer, you want to be behind the scenes with lighting or sound, there's an opportunity for everyone to get involved in theater, and it's a great way to express yourself and to show that creative side. We have a variety of opportunities through our student services departments to help you and support you through your journey at Central Penn. You'll be paired up with an advisor on day one, and that advisor works with you on your schedule to make sure that you're going to graduate on time and to work and make sure you're on track. And it's a very difficult transition sometimes to go from high school to college, and especially in these challenging times. So we do have a counseling center on campus that it's available to all of our students free of charge. It's very easy to sign up for an appointment, whether it's a tele-appointment or if you're in the office. And our learning center is available for any tutoring. So if you're having a difficult time in a class, or you just want somebody to take a second look at a paper that you're working on, our learning center is open each day that classes are in session. So you can sign up to have an appointment with a tutor, or there's various online resources that you can access at any time. Our Office of Equity and Multicultural Affairs puts on different programs during the year, and they're also the office that you would contact if you have a 504 or an IEP. And our housing department will talk a little bit more about your residence life, but they're available if you have any questions or concerns about residence life. And speaking of student housing, we have something very unique on Central Penn's campus. We have what we call super suites. So you have a community area that's typically shared with seven students with a common area in the middle, but each of those students has their very own room. So you have the best of both worlds. You have your very own room, but you also have that sense of community with your 6 other roommates. You do only share a bathroom with one other person, and the best thing is that the first year of student housing is free for our students. And if you're looking to bring a car on campus from day one, we allow that. There's plenty of parking, and our parking permits are free of charge for the entire length of your time at Central Penn. Graduate success. I want to talk a little bit about what that means. So when you're looking at statistics, you understand what you're looking at. So a lot of colleges will say things like 99% of our students were employed within the first year after graduation. Well, that's great, but let's break that down a little bit. So maybe they graduated with a criminal justice degree, but they're working at Taco Bell when the survey's taken. They are employed. Taco Bell is a great place to work, but they're not employed in their chosen field. At Central Penn, we try to measure that graduate success on a more specific scale. So 90.6 of our graduates were employed in their chosen field or continuing their education within 1 year of graduation. So that means that if someone graduated with an associate's degree in physical therapy assistant, they're employed as a physical therapy assistant. Or if someone graduated with a bachelor's degree in information technology, maybe they're a network engineer for a major company. So 90.6 were employed in their chosen field or continuing their education within 1 year of graduation. And how do we help our students get to that point? We have an amazing career services department that can help you from the minute you enter Central Penn. They'll help you polish up your resume, work on cover letters, practice interview skills. They have career expos, job fairs, internship fairs. They put you in touch with employers, give you ideas of what jobs are available. It's a great resource, whether you're just starting at Central Penn, you're nearing graduation, or you're an alumni of the school. The Career Services Department can help you all along the way. And the admissions process. It can be confusing to figure out what all you have to do for an application. You know that some colleges may charge an application fee. At Central Penn College, we've tried to simplify everything for you. Our application is free and it's available online. You can even do it on your phone if you choose. We do ask that you submit a 500-word essay, but we want you to write about you. What is your involvement in your school and community? What would a Central Penn education mean to you? Let us know a little bit more about you. And a 500-word essay is very simple. It's 1 page, double-spaced, and then just submit that to us. We do ask for your high school transcript, and you can just contact your high school guidance office, and they'll be able to send that over to us. We do require a campus interview, but as Lisa stated, today's session will count as your interview, and she'll be available to answer any other questions you might have, or Asia can answer any questions you might have. That campus interview also gives you an opportunity to meet financial aid and talk about any questions you might have in that regard. We do have an app that's available for everyone, so make sure to download that. You can see student chats, information that's up to date about questions you might have. It's a great opportunity to stay in touch in just a quick, easy way. You can also check centralpenn.edu for more information on our website. And now I'd like to introduce Kelly Fox, our financial planning coordinator, to give you more information on financing your education.
Good morning, everyone. As Amy said, my name is Kelly Fox, and I will be your financial aid contact person throughout your time working through the admissions process. So for those of you who are the first one in your family to go to school, I just want to review what financial aid is. Financial aid consists of grants and scholarships, which is free money that you do not have to pay back. When you complete the federal forms, we will check your eligibility for the federal Pell Grant, the federal SEOG grant, and then if you are a Pennsylvania resident, we'll check your eligibility for the FIA state grant. We also have scholarships, which I'll review later, and then there are loans. I will tell you that even if you qualify for the maximum amount of the free money, typically students here at Central Penn do borrow student loans to help bridge the gap between the cost of the school and the financial aid. So for those of you who are looking at attending this fall or January 21 or spring of 21, you would complete the FAFSA that's out there now, the 2021 FAFSA, using your 2018 taxes. For those of you who are going into your senior year, you would complete the FAFSA that opens in October, the 21-22 FAFSA, and you'll be using your 2019 taxes to answer all of the questions on that one. So if you are a high school senior, the FAFSA that's currently available is not the one you'll be completing. We will notify you when the FAFSA that you can complete opens in October. And then of course, for most students that do use student loans, we do require the entrance counseling and master promissory note, and it ensures that you understand that you're borrowing money and that money does need paid back. Scholarships. So scholarships are a very important part of a financial aid package. So again, for those of you looking at attending this fall, January, or spring, the scholarships that are on our website currently are the ones that you can apply for. For those of you who are high school seniors who are looking at attending next year, our scholarships will open in October when the FAFSA opens that you'll be able to apply for. The great thing is not only do we offer our own scholarships, but we will match outside scholarships up to $1,000. So if you would receive funding from your church, your high school, community group, anything that you're involved in, we will match that up to $1,000 as incentive for you to look for scholarships outside of what we offer. I do like to touch base on the loan process since most students attending here do use student loans. When you complete the loans, we will let you know what type you qualify for. A subsidized loan means that the government will pay the interest on that loan while you're in school, and an unsubsidized loan means that you will be responsible for the interest while you're in school. You don't have to pay it while you're in school, but we recommend that if you can, that you do to minimize how much your loan debt will be once you graduate. The government also does limit how much you can borrow. So a freshman dependent student, meaning you're under the age of 24, you're not married, not supporting children, not a veteran, you would qualify for the year of $5,500. If you're an independent student, meaning you're over the age of 24, you're married, you're a ward of the court, you would then qualify for $9,500. And as you complete credits here at Central Penn and you move into the sophomore, junior, and senior years, the amount that you qualify for does increase in student loans. I also like to highlight how important textbooks are in college. It is very important that you have your books to be successful here. We typically estimate that books are between $350 and $450 a term. So most times students will need to purchase their books. Sometimes if your parents would borrow, some money, if you borrow private loans, your parents borrow plus loans, they can borrow additional funds to help you purchase your books. And we do provide textbook vouchers through your Central Penn email right before the term starts. But textbooks are typically not listed on your tuition bill. So it is one expense that we do want families to be aware of, that you need to be prepared to purchase books. And again, here at Central Penn, our professors, they use their books. So it's important that you have them to be successful. So as Amy mentioned, we are offering free housing. So if you decide to move onto campus, Central Penn would cover the cost of the Super Suite, $14.52. So you would sign a housing contract saying you understand you do need to maintain a 2.0. You need to participate in any housing programs that they offer. You can't have any disciplinary issues against you, and we would then cover your housing. You would still be responsible for your utilities and your meal plan, which typically is about $1,020 a term. So although we are covering the $14.52, you would still be responsible for covering the utilities, meal plan, and then the one-time $250 housing security deposit. If you satisfy all the conditions of your lease and there are no damages, you would get $200 back of the $250 security deposit that you would pay before you started classes. So once you're accepted, you automatically will receive an email with a housing contract attached. You would sign the housing contract, send it back into us, and we would add the scholarship for the free housing. And then on your tuition bill, you would see just the charges for the utilities and meal plans and that your housing was covered. This is all of my contact information. And again, as you're working through the admissions process, I will be your financial aid contact person.
Just kidding. Well, thank you, Kelly and Amy, for all that great information. I just realized I was muted. If you want to just start putting your questions here in the group chat, we will definitely get you all your questions answered. We have a couple that already started coming in. So the first question was, are you requiring SAT scores this year? Asia, do you want to talk about the SATs? Hold on, let me unmute you.
There we are. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So SATs are used to determine what level of math you'll be starting at and at a college level. So with us understanding what's happening this year and some struggles with the SATs and some students not being able to take them, if you have SATs, you are able to submit them in order for us to use that as a determination for your level of math. If you have not taken the SATs, don't worry, we do have a placement exam. And the placement exam would basically take the place of your SAT scores, and we would use that score to determine what level of math you'll begin at.
All right, thank you, Asia.
You're welcome.
Do you transfer credits from HACC, and will this slideshow be available to us after this? Yes, we do transfer credits from HACC. What you would have to do, or from a lot of different colleges, so if you've ever attended any, just send your admissions counselor your transcripts. And then what we will do is have them evaluated by our transcript coordinators and then give you a full breakdown of what will transfer into Central Penn and be able to then, Kelly does like a course mapping with you of your estimated graduation date as well. And yes, absolutely, this will be provided to you afterwards, the recording of this. So it may take a couple days. Usually we just make sure that everything's cleaned up and everything looks great, and then we email it out to you so you have the recording as well. So you'll see that soon. And then, is it too late to apply for loans this year? Kelly, you want to take that?
It is not too late to apply for loans this year. It's not too late to apply for the FAFSA form. It's not too late to apply for loans. The financial aid process typically takes 5 to 10 business days to get through, so plenty of time before our October start or January start or even our spring start, which is in April.
And then what is your average SAT score at Central Penn? That's a great question. I can't tell you what the average is. I will tell you, not because honestly, I don't know that answer. So I can look into that for you. But what we do look for is, like Asia was saying about the placement exam, if you score a 410 or higher in math, then you are exempt from having to take the first math class. And then you will be placed into college algebra, correct, Kelly?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you do need a 410 or higher on that. Do you guys take internships? And if so, how long are they? Asia, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So we do require internships as a graduation requirement. And the reason we do require internships is that, you know, there's a lot of students coming out of college with a degree. So the only thing that really sets you apart and kind of positions you for a competitive advantage would be that experience combined with your degree. So depending on what program you're in, and we can talk individually with your admissions counselors about what that would look like for you, but depending on what program you're in, that will determine how long or how many internships you're required. But yes, we do require internships, and the length of them may vary depending on your program.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, do we have any, these are great questions, guys. Are there any other questions so far that you might have? I know that some of the questions that we get asked a lot, one is, you know, what GPA do we require for acceptance? So that's always a good one. Asia, do you want to take that one, or do you want me to go over it?
Yeah, so the GPA requirement, similar to the internship requirement, varies depending on the program. So in general, most of the programs require at least a 2.0 GPA coming out of high school in order to qualify for that program. We do have other programs such as the health science program, which would require at least a 2.5 GPA, and then also the medical assisting program as well. So the average would be a 2.0 coming out of high school in order to qualify for a program.
And just to add to that, with the 2.0, don't worry if your GPA is a little bit under the 2.0. We do have what we call an appeals committee. So it just requires a couple extra documents that you would get in, but we would work with you throughout that process and help you get started too. So just because your GPA may not be that 2.0 or above, there's definitely still hope, and you know, we look forward to helping you reach your goals. So we have that as well.
Absolutely.
All right, another question just came in of what's the schedule Monday through Friday? So typically, our classes run Tuesday through Friday. Now, there are some programs that do require like some field work and things like that on Mondays. But again, that's on an individual basis. We can talk to you about that. But typically, our classes run Tuesday through Friday currently. And then if you're taking day classes, they're tended to be scheduled between the hours of 8:30 and 3. And then our evening classes are typically 6 to 10. And usually that last hour's a online component. So basically you're on campus from 6 to 9 and then online from 9 to 10. And then, or if you do a program entirely online, that's a great question. That's the next one that came in. Is it the same for online? So if you are doing online, there are some times where you will have to log in for a live webinar, like kind of like what we're doing today with your professors. Most of the time they're recorded. So yes, if you are working or you have another meeting, you're just required to watch it at that point. So usually that you get your schedule on us, or your schedule, I'm sorry, your assignments on Sunday. they open up, and then typically you have that week. You have to submit all your work by Saturday. Do you have anything to add to that, Asia, that I might have forgotten?
No, that was good.
Okay.
That was good.
Asia is an alumni of Central Penn, so sometimes I look to her. She can give you an experience as well from being through these programs before. So a lot of our programs, just by saying that, and I'll wrap up that question, you can do a lot online. Some you do require you to be on campus for certain classes. Some you can do daytime or evening or a combination. So that's completely up to you, and we'll work with you throughout that process. Another question is, what are housing restrictions, such as visitation rules? Kelly, do you want to talk a little bit about the housing?
Yeah, you will find out the specifics at your housing orientation, but I can tell you the first week of classes, midterms, and finals are the 3 times that you cannot have any visitors on campus. Otherwise, you're able to register guests with public safety, and then yes, they can stay for typically 1 to 2 nights.
Okay. Any other questions right now?
I would like to pose a question that I get often. 2 questions actually. So one question is, when do we get our classroom schedules? When are we getting our class schedules?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you say that one more time?
Yes, I get asked by students often, when are we going to receive our class schedules?
Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
So with our class schedules, if you are currently looking at starting in fall, that is our last term that we're offering in 2020, that begins October 5th. So we're actually starting to schedule this week for that term. So typically it's, what is that, like about 2 months before classes, Cal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So usually you get them about 2 months. Your admissions counselor, if you're looking at a term later than that, or I know there are some 2021 grads on here as well. So if you're looking for next year, it's typically about 2 months before classes work. We schedule your first term for you. And then after that, you're able to, about 3 weeks into every term, sign up for your next term's classes. Did you say you had 2 questions, Asia?
Yeah, one more. About housing. Am I able to choose my roommates or my suite mates?
Okay, that's a great question. Currently, right now, you can. However, starting in 2021, they are changing that. But we do have a housing application that you do fill out, and we will place you with people that have the similar interests in you. So definitely take those questions seriously on that housing application. Those are like, are you a night owl? Do you like to get up early in the morning? Do you like loud music? Do you like all of those typical things? So answer honestly, because that's how we're going to help you pick your roommates. So does that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right. All right, a couple more popped in here. Kelly, this one's for you. That you stated that you can only apply for the FAFSA starting October. Is that correct?
So if you are a high school senior and you're looking at attending next year, so summer 21 or fall of 21, correct. The FAFSA that's currently out there, you would not be completing. You'll be completing the 21-22 FAFSA that will open in October. And Central Penn, as well as your high school, will make sure that you're aware of when that opens so you can get that completed as quickly as possible. But if you are looking at attending this fall, January of 21 or April of 21, the FAFSA that's currently out there, you can complete.
Okay. The second part to that question was, does it mean you cannot apply for FAFSA before October?
Correct. If you're a high school senior and you would complete the FAFSA that's currently out there, we won't be able to use it.
Okay. The last question so far, so keep adding if you have some. What does each suite consist of? So each suite is fabulously decorated. You can make it your own as you come in, but on the live tour today, they're actually going to take you through one of the super suites so you can see what it looks like firsthand. It is also on our website, just in case you can't stay for the entire live tour. but it does have, so typically before COVID, we had 6 students plus an RA living in there. So it was a total of 7 students to each super suite. Since COVID happened, right now we have brought that down to only 3 students occupy a super suite. Everybody has their own rooms. Typically you share a bathroom with one other person. So every 2 people share a bathroom. However, again, due to the pandemic, you have your own bathroom currently with the other 2 people that are living with you. So everybody has their own. You do have a common living area that I believe comes with a couch, some chairs, there is a table, there is like a medium-sized fridge. It's not a full-sized fridge, but I would say a medium-sized fridge in there. And it does include in your room itself the bed, a desk, and a dresser. So anything else you're able to bring with you. And you are allowed to have mini fridges and it does have a microwave as well, I believe. But you can bring your own to keep in your own room if you don't want to use the common one as well. So I don't think I'm missing anything. Am I, ladies? I'm not sure.
Oh, that's everything.
That's everything.
Sounds good.
I've had students ask if they can bring their own couch, if they can bring those type of things. So usually I'll direct you to Residence Life because there are some restrictions and size restrictions on what you can and can't bring. And we'll also provide you throughout the process, if you're living in housing, like a what to bring list of different items that we would suggest or prohibited items. Like you can't have a candle because of open flames, those type of things. But anything you have a question on, definitely let us know. Any other questions so far? You guys didn't ask the question we thought you would. Amy, I'm going to actually direct this to you and then I'll add in anything around, but I know we had talked about a lot of you might be wondering how we've changed things on campus due to the pandemic that's happening. So I just wanted to touch base with you on what to expect as of now if you're coming in during the fall term. So we are planning on being on campus for fall. And we actually in the summer we went online, but we phased in housing. So there are some students that are living on campus currently. So you will be able to live on campus as well during the fall. But go ahead, Amy, let them know what's going on.
Great. So we had a really easy transition to online because we've been doing it since 2004. So that was very easy to make that transition. And now we're transitioning back to on campus, as Lisa stated. There are sanitation stations throughout campus. So outside classrooms, there's hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes, things like that. The super suites have changed a little bit so that it's 4 students per super suite, and each student has their own bathroom during this time. So you're not sharing a bathroom space with anyone. The classrooms have been reconfigured. We typically have smaller class sizes anyway, but they have been reconfigured to make sure that each student has 6 feet in between the next person to them. You are required to wear a mask in campus buildings. And if you can't social distance, you need to have that on in your classroom. And we are supplying cleaning supplies in the super suites to make sure that you can keep up with keeping those frequently touched surfaces clean and that sort of thing. So we are taking precautions and we're making some small changes and things like that throughout the campus.
I think you covered everything, Amy. Good job.
Great, thanks.
All right, guys, we still have a couple minutes if you have any other questions that we can answer for you before we head out for the live tour. Nothing? All right, well, we will keep the chat open. And, oh, just kidding. There's one more question. Hold on. If you bring your own mini fridge, how big does it need to be? Oh, that's a good question. Kelly, do you know off the top of your head?
No, but if you're bringing it for your room, I would keep it smaller since I don't know exactly how much room you're going to have since you have a bed in there and a desk and a closet. I don't know if there's any specific sizes that they say you can or can't bring, but I would keep it smaller since, again, you are going to be, it would be in your room and you already have a bed, a desk, and a closet in there.
All right. We can look into that too for you once you're moving on. If you don't notice, like when we go through the super suite today, you'll kind of get a good idea of the size, but I can ask that also the residence director and we can get that measurement for you. All right, so we're going to keep this chat open as Jaime is all ready for our live tour. Him and our current student, Brian Christiana, he's actually filming during this, and they'll switch around there in the super suite, and Brian will take you through that. So if you have questions while they're walking through, just pop them up in the chat. I'll read them off to them, and we'll get you started. So, Jaime, the floor is yours.
Hello everybody, welcome to Central Penn College. I'm excited to give you a live tour that we have here. I'm going to give you the roundabout and show you everything that we have here at Central Penn. If you have any questions in the chat, don't hesitate to ask. I will gladly answer them. And now, the first thing I will show you that we have here is what a typical classroom will look like at Central Penn. And I'm also going to go over some CDC guidelines specifically of what we have and how we're social distancing, how we're being safe here in the classrooms at Central Penn. So this is one of our rooms here in ATEC, specifically our Advanced Technology Education Center. That's the building that we're in, and we're in this classroom specifically. Classrooms are 6 feet apart, and you'll notice this is a smaller environment because here at Central Penn College we focus on a career-focused education. We focus on making sure you are prepared to take that next step, to have that job that you want, and it is in this classroom where we make that happen. We'll be able to answer your questions one-on-one. Professors will know your name. You will not just be a number, you will be known, and we will do everything in our power to help you get the best education possible, and it is in this classroom where we make that happen. Again, with CDC guidelines, everyone is 6 feet apart. You will need to wear your mask like I am wearing mine right now. Just doing your part basically in the world's situation that we're in right now, and we try to accommodate that with here at Central Penn. When I'll be leaving, you will notice here we have our sanitation station. So of course, we get some of that hand sanitizer in, and that is all around the campus in front of classrooms. And just make sure, always hand sanitize yourself, and then we do have the Clorox wipes when you leave the classroom so you can wipe down the chairs that you were using or the desk that you were using. So that was what a typical classroom looks like here at Central Penn. I'm now going to show you our science floor. Here we do have a BA in health sciences, we have a medical assistant program, we have a physical therapy assistant program, an occupational therapy assistant program, and the first thing I want to show you guys is our physical therapy room. If you can actually get a close view, you will see hands-on close attention of what students will be doing in their field of work. And right now, of course, we're not going to bother them, but that is them doing hands-on career-focused education work. That is a different classroom setting. It's not like the one with chairs and desks that we just entered. They use massage tables. And with those massage tables, they're learning hands-on exactly what needs to be done. Another room here is our applied science laboratory. And in our applied science laboratory, you will see that there are students that are taking classes. There's a student that's actually leaving right now. Hello, we're doing a live tour. Say hello if you would like. Hello. So that is our applied science laboratory, and the students are doing hands-on work, specifically laboratory experiments, maybe they're doing incisions. That is where that is happening. And then as you just saw, some students are taking a break and they're going and they're walking out. So that is another room that we have here in our science floor. Another one, we actually might be able to go into this one. Actually, there are students doing work. So this is our MA lab. This is our medical assistant laboratory. And you will see the professor who's there. She is in charge. That is more of a doctor's room. You will see the doctor's room. And the person who is in charge in there is actually a professor that is a part of the medical assistant program. And you'll be given the environment of what a doctor's office will look like. And essentially everything you would have to do as a medical assistant, that is that room right there. So we will now continue to walk this way. And that is, in a nutshell, what our health science floor is. We have our health sciences, students that want to become physical therapist assistants, students that want to become occupational therapist assistants, medical assistants. The sciences are something we take a lot of pride in here at Central Penn, and is in this floor where we make that happen, in this building of the Advanced Technology Education Center. So maybe if you're interested in the health sciences or anything medical, this will be the floor that you will be at, and this could be the college for you. So we will now go on outside. And the nice thing that I'll be able to do once we go outside is I'll be able to take off this mask, and that is a part of CDC guidelines. When you're in a building, you definitely do need to have the mask on, but when you're outside, you can take it off. Of course, do be smart. If you do see a lot of people around you, then of course put it on, just to do your part, of course. But now, since I don't have that many people around me, beautiful day on campus, nice 80-degree weather, a lot going on with the heat, but it's okay. Yesterday it was raining, so I'm kind of happy to have this nice weather that we have right now. So again, any questions in the chat, don't hesitate to ask. Would love to answer those questions. And as we are now heading out, you will see that there is a bridge behind me, and this is a staple that we have on campus. It's a very common spot. You'll see it in a lot of our photos that we'll send you sometimes. This staple is called Hensey Bridge. This bridge is called Hensey Bridge, and this was given to us by our 8th president, and our 8th president earned this at an auction. And fun fact, this bridge only costs $22. So the next time you think about spending anything that involves $22, think to yourself, oh man, maybe I just could have got a bridge. Probably not actually, but we did. So this is our bridge that we have here at Central Penn, and it's called Hensey Bridge, and it's very cool, and we love to talk about it all the time. It's very neat, something that makes us stand out. As you continue to walk forward with me, I walk backward, you will notice that we are now at the heart of campus. We specifically have our quad, and we have a hall that is to my left and my camera person's right. This is Bart A. Milano Hall. In Milano Hall, we have our financial aid office, we have our business office, we have marketing services. So let's say you're a fan of Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. This is where we're doing a lot of that magic. And if you're a fan of Snapchat, you can do your Snapchat filter. So you will have that to your disposal here at Central Penn. To my right, we have Bollinger Hall. In Bollinger Hall, it's where we have a lot of our student success team, and it's where we have a lot of different services such as career services, student success coaches. We have our safety team here. So our safety team is amazing, campus security. They do everything they can to make sure that you are as safe as you can possibly be, and they are here 24/7, so that of course is very important as well. This area that we are walking through is one of my favorite spots on campus. It's very nice, very scenic. You'll see a lot of students sometimes when the weather is actually kind of like this, just hanging out, sitting on the benches that you see in front of you. Sometimes even career services and maybe counseling services or different kind of student services that we have on campus. They'll have food set out and just have opportunities to get a free lunch or something like that. It's really, really nice, and it's really, really neat, the different opportunities that students have to get involved here at Central Penn, and also just to get to know each other. It's really neat that we have a campus of only 1,100 students, and that makes us a smaller size, but the smaller that you are as a campus, the more that you can be known, the more that you can do, the more attention you get, and the more at home you will feel at your college. That's so important when you're looking into a college. Will I feel at home? Will it be my second home? Will I be able to make that successful transition from leaving my friends, leaving my family, living at a dorm? Can I do all of that? At Central Penn, and I'm hoping throughout this tour, you understand that you can. You can make that transition. You will be at home. You won't be just a number. You will matter at Central Penn College, and that'll be something that we strive for, not only as a campus, but also just as a friend, family, and everything that we can do for you. We're getting more to the heart of campus. To my left, we have our Charles T. Jones Leadership Library, and that library will be for your access. Maybe if you want to get some quiet and you have some important tests that you need to study for, you'll be able to do that. And we have a selection of over 20,000 books, if that's something you are interested in, if you want to check out any of those books. To my right, we have something that really is really cool, and it's basically our pool. We have a public pool here on campus, and the students really, really like to take advantage of this pool. Sometimes the students will have cookouts. You'll see that we have some grills here that the students will use, and they'll cook some burgers. So that's really cool. The students will kick back and relax and just take a break from their studies and enjoy pool and get a nice tan and enjoy the nice Somerdale, Pennsylvania weather that we have to offer. Right now, the weather's pretty good. I'm happy it's not raining, so I can give you this tour, so I'm super happy about that. And yeah, definitely take advantage of that pool. I have not been in that pool, but if you become a student, maybe you can go into that pool. You will be able to go into that pool. So think about that for sure. Think about the many different ways of how to use the campus that you have. At Central Penn, we have more than just a pool, and we have more than just a quad. What I'm going to show you next is our multi-sport court that we have and the different athletic venues that we can use as a campus. You'll also see that you have a bunch of different cars here. We're going to walk in between these cars without hitting them, of course. And You can bring your car to campus on your first year. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Here's our courts that we have. You'll see that we have a nice little beach volleyball court. So let's say it's midnight, want to throw a little volleyball around, you can do that here, or just during the day as well. Let's say you want to play basketball. We have 2 different basketball courts, like we call our multi-sport court. So you can definitely have some fun here, play some beach volleyball, play some basketball, and take advantage of what you have at your campus and your university. That's definitely something you want to think about. And then last but not least, if you like to play baseball, or if you yourself will be on the baseball team, we have some baseball nets over there. If you want to do some practice with some hitting, or maybe some practice with some pitching, that is there for your access. Definitely take advantage of it. We will now go deeper into the campus, going into the back side. We started at the beginning with ATEC, went through the middle, and now we are going into the back end. And every part of this campus is so beautiful. It has so much to offer, not just the naturesque of the bushes and the trees and the chirping and making you feel like you're in a very different environment. It's just a bunch of different beautiful paintings, a bunch of different beautiful atmospheres. It's a great, great, beautiful campus, and I'm so happy to show this to you guys virtually through this tour. We are going to be approaching the Boyer House, and the Boyer House is actually where our president is located. It's where she works, it's where she's located. So if you ever want to say hi to the president, want to walk over to the bridge, that's where she'll be, and I'll show you that right now. Her name is Dr. Linda Fedrizi Williams. She is our 10th president of the college. Let me take a peek at that. And here we go. This little house right here, if you can see it through the camera, it's a nice little brick house. It's really cool, it's really neat. So definitely take a peek at that when you get the opportunity, if you decide to visit the campus. Going more into the back of campus now. One of my favorite areas, our fellowship area. Our fellowship area is a really, really neat part of the campus where a lot of student clubs and a lot of student organizations will get together, and they'll take advantage of this area by meeting. Maybe they'll have some picnics out here, maybe they'll do some yoga events. I know I've seen yoga here a few times. There's different things, different ways to utilize these different spaces. And I definitely recommend it as a student. Make the most of your environment. Whether it's on the grass with a picnic, or whether you're using the fire pit and roasting some s'mores, or whether it's a dancing event, or whatever you want to do as a student, this is your home. This is your space. This is your area. So definitely figure out any way possible to make this your home, whether it's the fellowship area, whether it's the pool, classrooms, etc. Make it yours because it is yours. I have a biker. Gotta watch the biker. So we will continue going. This way. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. We'll continue going forward. So basically what we're now doing is we're making a loop. We are making a loop, and you will see that we will be going back to the quad in a little bit. We'd like to revisit a few things that we've already talked about. Checked out the bridge, checked out the quad area, which is a very sociable area that we have here on campus. Just checked out the fellowship area. You're experiencing the most important parts of campus. You're seeing the most social environment parts, and you're seeing some of the parts that you're going to really recognize. An important thing to think about with Central Penn is that because we are 1,100 students at our campus, we're not a massive campus, we're not big. So it's impossible really to get lost. It's almost hard to get lost. But the good thing is, let's say for example, you need to get somewhere, you haven't been to a classroom that you've recognized before, or you just need to talk to someone. The great thing is that everything is so close on this campus, so you'll be able to ask people questions. It's so nice. It's really that family feel that you get here on campus. You might recognize this area. This was where we just were a few minutes ago. That is the pool. So we basically just made a nice little loop. Again, everything is super close. It's my favorite part about the campus here at Central Penn. Everything is where you need it to be. Let's say maybe you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh man, I only have 15 minutes until I get to class. Well, the dorms are pretty close, which I'm going to save for the end. I'm excited to show you guys that. So yeah, everything is really where it needs to be, which is really nice. Taking advantage of the shade. It's like 80-ish degrees, but when the shade comes, it's nice to take advantage of it. Back into the quad. Again, I'm a really big fan of this area. I know that once we start classes officially again in October with our next term, this will be much more lively. Again, students will be following CDC guidelines. That's something that's very important to consider. How will the campus be following the guidelines? Again, when I go into the next building, I will be wearing my mask. And if there were anyone around me, I would also be wearing my mask. Just consider that as well. We're doing our best that we can to accommodate students and give them the educational experience that they would like to have, while also making sure we can be as safe as we possibly can be. And another important thing that we definitely want to think about is what other social ways can students get involved? In addition to the physical places like the fellowship area, the pool, how can I get involved? Can I get involved in a club? Can I get involved in an athletic sport? Can I get involved in intramurals? What can I do to be involved as a student? This is another nice little neat rest area that our students have. What I'm about to show you is our underground center. The underground is one of my favorite places to be out on campus because we have a nice little student lounge, we have a nice little athletic fitness center, we have a dance studio. I'm a huge fan of dance, I love to dance, so that's a place that I would have definitely utilized. So this is definitely a really, really cool center that I like to show off, our underground center, which we are here, and we are going to walk in. Let's go on in. Welcome to the underground. Some fresh air conditioning. Here we have our Capital Blue Theater, and the doors are closed right now, but this is where we have our theater program, and this is where our theater shows will be performed by our students. Theater is a very, very popular program that we have here at the college. As you will see on this wall, this little wall right here, we have some photos of some of the things that students have done, and this neat one right here is where the students, even when they went to New York. So the students really get that immersive experience of the theatrical side of what they're interested in, the theatrical interest. So they definitely is an expression of voice, and it's something they can do here at the college. So definitely think about that. Another fun room that I like to show off right here is our student lounge. This is my personal favorite spot on campus. I say I have a lot of favorite spots, but this is my personal favorite because it's just a nice area. Let's say students don't want to be outside, or maybe they want to be inside for a little bit and they want to meet. This is the place to be. Students will have the means to be able to just relax here. Maybe they'll rent a movie, maybe they'll watch it on the screen, maybe they want to play some board games. That's Patrick Starr. For students that want to just hang out, have some fun, this is the nice student lounge, and you'll always see students here. And another important thing I would like to show right here, if we can put the camera right here, is that we are doing our part with social distancing. Normally before everything was going on, we had a lot of people in here, but we're limiting it to 8 because again, we are doing our part, which is the most important thing at the end of the day, considering a college that is doing their part with the health situation. Next thing I would like to show you is our fitness center. We're gonna walk on in here, and maybe you're into athletics, maybe you see yourself doing some kind of fitness, whatever it may be, here at Central Penn, it is definitely a form of fitness that you can utilize. Here we have our benching, you can squat here as well. You have your free weights, you have your cable machine, so if you want to do cable machine, you can also do some stuff with the ball that I just picked up. Whatever you want to do to utilize your means of fitness, we have everything here for you, and of course cardio with treadmill and elliptical. So definitely take advantage of the centers that you have on campus because they're here for you and you can use them whenever you would like. So let's head on out here. In addition to our fitness studio and our lounge, another cool place that I always like to show off, come on in, is our dance studio. Have everything you need in the dance studio. You have your bars if you want to stretch out, maybe if you're a ballerina, or maybe if just in general if you want to just use it. We'll have some Pilates classes in here sometimes. We'll have some yoga that is done by our student engagement office. So this is definitely a center that is utilized. It's definitely fun and cool to check out. Definitely take advantage of it. It's a cool studio that we have here. And the last thing I would like to show you that we have here is our athletic director office. Here we have an amazing athletic director who helps with the program, specifically our men and women's basketball, men and women's soccer, men's baseball, and women's volleyball. We have our 6 programs here, and maybe you can see yourself doing another sport. Go to the athletic director about it. She loves trying to get new sports started. We are building everything that we can for our students, and this is where we'll make that happen. So definitely chat with our athletic director if you get the opportunity. And this, in a nutshell, is everything that we have here in our underground center. It's a much more sociable environment for students. Rather than a classroom area, an area for students to just kick back, relax, take some time, because the academic life is just as important as your social life in college. You want to balance that. You want to make sure you have that good balance, and here at Central Penn, we'll do everything to give you that great balance that you need in regards to academic, social, personal, athletic, whatever it may be. We're now going to head back on out. Taking off the mask again. Over the glasses. Here we go. So you've seen a good majority of the campus. You've seen a great majority of the campus. I've showed you where we'll be taking your classes. I've showed you where you'll be doing some social stuff. I've showed you the pool, which I highly recommend checking out if you decide to become a student. The different ways you can get involved on campus, the different places you can go. I've saved the best for last. We are now on our way to our super suites, our houses specifically, the residential experience that you will be having. I always like to consider college the idea of putting together a puzzle. When you're going to college, there's multiple parts of the puzzle that you are putting together. You're putting together a puzzle of your academics, what do you want to study? You're putting together the puzzle piece of what kind of social life you want, the groups you want to be a part of. You're putting together the puzzle piece of the living experience you want to have, roommates, things like that. At Central Penn, we do our best to help you put that puzzle together. And I'm hoping through this tour, we are slowly and surely starting that process of making you think about the different ways, different things you want to think about, and the different ways you want to use your campus, utilize the campus that you're at, and how you want to express yourself on campus. We'll be crossing the street, so it's important to look both ways. All right, settle down. So I'm really excited to show you our super suites. Now, as Amy mentioned earlier, our super suites are housed with 7 people. You will have your own room. So in your own room, it's just you, but also in the super suites, there are 6 other people who have their own rooms. So you don't just not have any roommates. You technically have roommates, but they're just not in your room. They're like your suite mates, technically. Your suite mates. Another fun thing about the super suites I mentioned earlier with the cars is that you do get to bring your own car on campus, which is really, really nice. And you can do it your first year, and it's free of charge, which is really, really nice as well. So definitely consider that. Another thing is that you really won't have to share a bathroom with anyone. That's really, really neat too. You'll have your bathroom space, and then somebody else will have a bathroom space that they'll utilize. But rather than sharing with 30 to 40 people, you'll only be sharing with one person, which is really, really nice as well. So our super suites are definitely something that make us stand out compared to other colleges. And it's something that really is really neat. It's something that we always like to talk about, always like to show off. And you're about to see that in a few seconds. You'll also see that there are cars here, because we do currently have students on campus. You might have seen them as we were doing the tour. There are students here that are living on campus and they're taking their classes right now. And again, we are doing our part to accommodate those students in the best possible way when it comes to the CDC guidelines. Let's go on in. Come on in. Now Brian and I are going to do a switch. Brian will take over. I will put on my mask. Here we go. Okay.
Well, again, thank you, Jaime, and hello, my name is Brian Christian. I'm the residence hall coordinator here at Central Penn College, and I work in the housing department. And today we're going to go over what your super suite is going to look like. So first we have the common area here, which is for all students here. And again, you can have a TV, there's a microwave, mini fridge that is provided by the college, a table here for you to hang out with your friends, eat dinner, and so forth. It's a really good area. As a former student, I spent a lot of my time here doing my homework, socializing with other students, and making the friendships that we're all about here. I can show you what the sink area is. It's quite nice for a college student to have their own sink and so forth. As you can see, it's very nice. And there's 3 people downstairs. You have your resident assistant, and then there's 2 other students in the back. But again, we're following CDC guidelines, so obviously that will not be done. This is an example of our bathroom here. Again, you get your nice, simple size shower with a toilet. And again, these are very modern and very up to date. Now, the one thing you've all been wanting to see is what your bedroom would look like. And this is a prime example of what your room would look like. Again, you are by yourself in your own room. You got a twin double XL size mattress. You get a desk to do your homework on, and then you also get a dresser. The one thing I also want to bring is the closet. You get a good sized closet to hang up all your clothes and so forth. And again, as a student, when I first moved here to campus, this was a perfect size for any student, and I felt like I had my way. I got to be by myself in my own room, which many colleges do not offer. So yeah, again, it's very simple. Each student gets their own room, and it's It's just a great way to build your career here at Central Penn. Say, Jaime, I believe that is pretty much what we have.
So we will wrap it up outside in front of the door. So we're going to do another switcheroo again.
Jaime, before you leave, can we see the fridge, please?
Yes, fridge.
Oh,
Of course, everybody, hello.
Yep, we're good.
Here we go. We're back. Here's the fridge, Lisa. Here's our fridge that we have. Little nice fridge. You got a little neat freezer. Nice refrigeration in the front. And then you also have a nice little microwave. So if you want to microwave stuff up, that's definitely a big thing. And then we have some coffee as well. So that's definitely an option. So you do have a fridge and you do have your own table as well here. And that is everything for our super suites. Didn't miss anything, I think, correct, Lisa, with the super suites?
And do you include the TV?
No, the TV is not included. So let's show the TV. So the TV is just for show of what it could be. But definitely the TV will be per se for you to bring, because let's say you want to have a bigger TV or a smaller TV, that's up for you. That's up to you. This is just what we have for show. But you can definitely bring your own TV if TV is something you definitely want to watch while you're in college.
I just want to add to that, when you get your roommate packets in the mail prior to starting, you'll have the contact information of the people that will be living with you. And most people will reach out and decide who's going to bring the TV for the common living area. And of course, you can always hook one up in your room as well.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Anything else that maybe we should show in the suites? I think I showed as much as I could.
We do have a student RA program as well.
You do have a student RA program?
Yeah, so our student RA program, we run applications in the spring, and then you can simply just apply with our Residence Life Coordinator, and it's a great program we have here, especially for your resume.
So if that's something you're thinking about, leadership, be able to hold some nice little leadership while you're in charge, that's definitely something to do. So we'll wrap up the tour. Walk on out. Great. Thank you so much, Brian, by the way, for the tour. But a little much more better than I was, since he was in the lab. Hoping you very much enjoyed the tour. I'm hoping you, Devin, thanks for working with us, and we'll hope that we were able to answer any questions in the chat. I'm thankful that you guys were able to come with us and check out everything that Central Penn has to offer. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. The rest of you guys enjoyed the tour.
Thank you, Jaime. All right. Well, that wraps up our live tour for today. Sorry there was some technical difficulties during that. What we're going to do is we'll re-record, and when the recording goes out to you guys, you'll be able to see it from start to finish. And we'll also can send you as well the online tour that you can click through to the virtual tour that we have. So if you have any questions, I know that there was maybe a couple questions throughout, so let me just wrap those up. If you have any more after seeing the campus, please feel free to put it in the group chat here. I did reach out while we were doing that to the residence director and asked about your fridge question. She did get back to me, and she says that they like to keep it below the 3.5 cubic foot range. So what Kelly was saying was, you know, relatively small for in your room. But you got to see the good size today as Jaime was walking through. All right, and we had some great guesses on the bridge, so great job, Haley, for getting it right. So that is amazing. I'm just scrolling through to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, and we'll guess get free parking for their stay. Kelly, do you want to take that?
Yep, free parking is available to anyone. When you register your guest with public safety, they will get a parking pass to display in their window, but it is completely free.
Okay, and I see that, well, I had posted in there the athletic director's contact information if you're interested in playing any sports and haven't been in touch with a coach yet. You can always reach out to Casey. She's great. She'll get you in touch with who you need to be. And also, as you're working through the process with myself and Asia, we can always get you the specific coach contacts too, if you're interested. And I saw Amy brought out a shout out to our Director of Student Engagement. Her name is Adrienne Toman. She is awesome. She will keep you engaged while you're on campus, planning lots of fun activities. She's planned some great activities while we were home as well, working virtually with our students, some trivia nights, bingo nights, different things that you can win Amazon gift cards to. So we try and, even though it's a different time right now and some people are on campus and some people are at home, we try to get you as much engagement and contact with each other to make friends as we possibly can. So she's great as well. One of the great things that she does is she'll provide you a calendar at the beginning of every month of all the different activities happening on campus, and you can get as involved as you want to. So you'll get all of that. Another question just popped in. Will all roommates be the same gender as yourself, or is it mixed? Kelly, do you want to talk about that?
Yep, you'll be living with students of the same gender.
Right. These are great questions. Anything else? All right. So we did have, did anybody else go and grab a coffee cup while we were on here to show off? All right. Well, congratulations to our two ladies today that brought their coffee mugs. So what we'll be doing is emailing you a gift card to our store. And I had one other one to give away. So I'm going to give that to Miss Haley, who guessed the bridge correctly, the trivia question. So great job, guys. You can look for that in your email within the next 24 to 48 hours, okay? All right, well, if there's no more questions today, then we're gonna wrap this up. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. We certainly enjoyed seeing you guys and look forward to working with you as you become students here at Central Penn. So have a great day, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.